Hello students, welcome to Young Cubs. This is part 3 of Parts of Speech or Word Class. In the first two lectures, in the first lecture, I tapped upon articles and nouns. In the second lecture, we did pronouns and adjectives. And now, in the third lecture, we shall do verbs and adverbs. So let me just stick this for you. Okay, we did nouns, we did adjectives, we did pronouns, and we did articles. Today we shall be doing verbs and adverbs. Alright, so we'll be done with at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Looking at verbs, children, when we were young, we were taught that they are action words or doing words. So you may see them as something happening in the sentence, some kind of action happening in the sentence. Okay, now verb is a very, very important topic, children, because once we learn verbs, there are a lot of derivatives out of them. For example, you have your tenses. The verbs tell you about the tenses that, when the action has happened. Okay, the verb, because of the verb, you can make the active sentence into a passive one and a passive one into an active one. Okay, then in verbs, we also have transitive and intransitive verbs. Okay, but right now we shall classify verbs into two categories. One is the modals or helping verbs. Okay, and the other one is the action verbs. Okay, just for convenience and to give you the maximum out of what helping verb list consists of, I have listed down 23 of them. 23 helping verbs. Okay. Again, I teach these words really early, in the early ages, as in the first grade and the second grade, because these kind of words normally occur a lot in the sentences that the children make. So their spellings and their lists, all that helps me to help them make correct sentences. It helps their sentence formation. So again, we do it in a very sing-song manner. Is, am, are, was, were, can, could, shall, should, will, would, be, been, being, do, did, does, has, have, had, may, might, must. Okay, if it's difficult for you to remember the list, trust me, try it like that. So, is, am, are, was, were, can, could, shall, should, will, would. And then go for the rest. Be, been, being, do, did, does. You can go till here. And then has, have, had, may, might, must. Easy to remember, all 23 of them. Okay, now, what are action verbs, children? Action words are nothing but it shows action. Okay, the sun is shining. Okay, I wore a pink dress yesterday. So, example. Okay, shining is what tells what is the action that's happening. Okay, I wore a pink dress yesterday. So what was your action of wearing? Yeah, so these are action words. Okay, now as I told you, the action word tells you about the tense as well, whether it was done in the past, whether in the present or in the future. Okay, and here, look at this sentence. Look at this part of the sentence. You see an ing Okay, but whenever you use an ing at the end of the action word, it is before that you have to use a helping verb. Okay, so if the two of the, so basically the helping word can be associated with the action word or can stand alone. She is a dancer, standalone action. Okay, and she is dancing on the terrace. ACE, terrace. So is dancing in collaboration or in sync with the action verb, technically with normally 90% of the time with ing, with the ing ending or ing suffix, you can say. All right, children. Now just a little more of information. Okay, whenever you see them in combination, okay, they are no longer considered as simply verbs, they are considered as verb phrases. What are verb phrases, children? A group of words showing an action. Yes, children. So this helps you to identify verb phrases too. The verb helps you to identify tenses too. Okay, now, yeah, this is pretty much about verbs. Very easy topic. Just try and remember the list of helping verbs. It will be great. It will be great to identify. Children, did you know some of these verbs even help you to judge a fact and an opinion in your texts? Find out more about it in my lecture on facts and opinions. Next, we come up with adverbs. So, children, let's look at the definition of adverbs. An adverb is a word that modifies or qualifies an adjective, verb, or another adverb. So, basically, an adverb, okay, tells you more about an adjective, about a verb, or maybe another adverb. Okay, let's understand this sentence a little more in detail. Okay, so now, okay, the easiest hint, to find out whether the word is an adverb is check for ly as a suffix. If the word has an ly as a suffix, it is definitely an adverb. But does that mean that if the word does not end in an ly, it is not an adverb? There are many words that do not end with an ly. Okay, so let's find out more about adverbs. Here, look at these examples. Ravi had his lunch hastily. How did he have his lunch? How did he have? He had it hastily. So hastily is your adverb. The baby slept soundly. Slept how? Soundly. So, first of all, ask the question to the verb. We just now understood that it modifies or qualifies or tells you more about adjectives, verbs, and adverbs. Let's first do about verbs. How does it tell you more about verbs? So, you ask the question how, you get the answer for how from the verb, and that's where it's your adverb. However, another identification I just mentioned was check for ly words in your sentence. So most of the time it is easy to identify an adverb as it has a suffix ly. Suddenly we heard a screeching sound. Don't think too much. Ly word, It is an adverb. I woke up early in the morning. Ly word, adverb. Okay. Now, as the definition says, an adverb is a word that modifies or qualifies an adjective, verb, or another adverb. Now, the boy ran swiftly. Ask the question, how? How did the boy run? He ran swiftly. So, the word swiftly is telling you more about the verb. So here, telling you more about the verb. I love you very much. How much? Much is an adjective. You ask the question how to the adjective and it tells you how much. Very much. So very over here becomes the adverb, because it is describing or telling you more about the adjective over here. So, in this sentence, it is telling you more about the adjective. Okay, the third one says, he walked extremely slowly. He walked extremely slowly. How did he walk? Slowly, that's already an adverb. Okay, how slowly? Extremely slowly. So here, slowly is an adverb. Correct? And we are asking the question to this adverb. How slowly? Extremely slowly. So in this sentence, it is telling you more about another adverb. Yes, children, did you understand this statement now? An adverb is a word that modifies or qualifies or tells you more about an adjective. Here it is telling us more about an adjective. A verb, here it is telling us more about a verb, and or another adverb. In this sentence, it is telling you more about another adverb. Okay? Now, there are different types of adverbs. Okay, adverb of manner, adverb of place, adverb of time, adverb of frequency, and adverb of degree. Now, how do we identify them? Here, if you want to find out adverb of manner, you ask the question how to the verb. So, let's look at this slide. Okay, over here we have adverb of manner. It tells how an action happens. So it tells you, so you have to ask the question how. He spoke softly. Spoke how? Softly. Okay, so that's the manner in which he spoke. So you ask the question how to the action or to the verb. Okay, then adverb of place. Ask where. So this one tells where an action happens. So she looked everywhere for her keys. Looked where? Ask the question where? She looked everywhere. Yes, children. So everywhere is your adverb of place. Then for adverb of time, you ask the question when. This one, it tells you when an action happened. So you ask when it happened, ask when. Yesterday I went to the store. When did you go? You went yesterday to the store. When, went, when? Yesterday. You get your answer, and that answer is your adverb. How to identify adverb of frequency, you ask the question how often. Here, this one. So tells how often an action happens. So ask how often. I always brush my teeth before bed. So when, brush when? No specific no specific answer for when. So it is definitely not an adverb of time. But ask brush how often. Always, always brush. Yes? So that's adverb of frequency. Then ask how much, and you get the answer for adverb of degree. So adverb of degree tells you the extent or intensity of an action or an adjective. Okay? So, she is very talented at playing the piano. Talented, how is she? She is talented. So, talented is an adjective. Ask the question how? How much? How much of talent does she have? She has a lot of talent. She is very talented. So it gives you a degree or an extent to which how talented she is. Okay, so ask the question how much? Come on, let's practice. Let's do a worksheet on this. Types of adverbs. Identify the type of adverb in each sentence. Okay. So the dog ran home quickly. Ran how? Sorry. Ran how? Ran quickly. So you get the answer of how. That means this is adverb of manner. Teresa put down the baby gently. Where did she put the baby? She put her down. Where? Where did she put the baby? She put it down. So where, I get the answer of where. So it's adverb of place. How, the same verb, you ask the question how. How did she put down the baby? She put it down gently. So you get the answer of how as well. So it becomes adverb of manner. Gary or Jerry jumped up when he saw his friend. Where did he jump? Where did he jump? He jumped up. So it's adverb of place. Continue. The principal always welcomes us to the assembly. How often? When does he welcome us? In the morning, in the afternoon, on Thursdays? Nothing like that. Okay. Where does he welcome? No. How does he welcome? I get no answer for this as well. So, how often does he welcome us? He often welcomes us? No, he always welcomes us. So, always over here, you ask the question how often to welcomes. How often does he welcome? Always. So it is adverb of frequency. Yes. Yusuf writes fairly neatly in his book. How does he write? Neatly. So I ask, my first question is how does he write? neatly. So it is adverb of manner because it is answering the question how. How neatly does he write? Now I'm asking the question to the adverb. How neatly does he write? Fairly neatly. So it is showing the extent of how neat he is. How much neatly? Let me put it as how much neatly. How much neatly does he write? Fairly neatly. So it is adverb of degree. Sarah will bake a cake tomorrow. Will bake. When will she bake? She will bake it tomorrow. When? Tomorrow. I'm getting the answer of when. So it is adverb of time. The train will arrive soon. When will the train arrive? When will the train arrive? It will arrive soon. So I'm getting the answer for when. So it is adverb of time. The girls usually spend their recess in the garden. Spend. How often do they spend their time? How often? This usually. Okay, so how often it gives us adverb of frequency. We went to the mall yesterday. When did we go to the mall? When? Went when? Yesterday. So adverb of time. The taxi drove away. Drove where? Away from us. Where? So this is adverb of place. Hope children you've got some clarity about how to identify the adverbs by asking the right question. What are the questions? How? How will tell you about manner. When will tell you about if you get the answer for when, it will be adverb of time. If you get the answer for where, it will be adverb of place. If you get the answer for how often, always, never, usually, rarely, how often, it is adverb of frequency. And when you get the answer for how much, fairly, and very, and too, it tells you how much, too much, fairly neatly. Okay, so these give you the answer. How much gives you the hint that it is adverb of degree. Oh, we have some more. I never forgot to do my homework. How often did he forget? Never. So this is adverb of frequency. Nathan swam well in the gala. How did he swim? Well. So how is adverb of manner. The boat was anchored and went nowhere. The boat was anchored and went where? Went where, children? Went nowhere. So adverb of place. So, just a small list is what I'm sharing with you right now to identify the types of adverbs. See, let's look at the first list which says adverbs of manner. Easily, rapidly, justly, eagerly, patiently, politely, gladly, sadly, violently, roughly, stupidly, angry. It shows how the action must have taken place. Okay, adverb of frequency. always, frequently, generally, never, normally, occasionally, often, rarely, seldom, sometimes, usually, and regularly is adverb of frequency. Adverb of place: behind, there, down, out, near, abroad, indoors, downstairs, upstairs, above, away, and here. Adverb of degree: how much of something took place. A little, a bit, fairly, quite. This quiet is different from quiet. This quiet means to keep quiet. And this quite means quite a bit, that way. So quite, rather, extremely, highly, terribly, really, utterly, completely, and absolutely gives you the degree. Okay, and the last one, adverb of time: eventually, early, daily, constantly, before, annually, yesterday, yearly, weekly, tonight, tomorrow, today. Even when you write letters, when you have letter writing, at that time, firstly, secondly, finally, all these also are adverbs of time. Hope you've understood this much, children. That's all for today. Thank you and God bless you all.